Better Together podcast.
Welcome to the Better Together podcast from Fuquay-Varina Chamber of Commerce. We're recording today from the Dashmore Conference Room and Studio, sponsored by Rescued Wood Rehab. The Better Together podcast highlights local businesses each week as the Fuquay-Varina Chamber of Commerce continues to promote an amazing business community. I am Marty Woodward from Rescued Wood Rehab, and we are going to be joined today by Tom Gavin on the Better Together podcast, the co-owner with his wonderful wife, Wendy. And I got to say, we're kind of disappointed she's not here. Maybe we'll get her in later.
Very disappointed.
But Tom is the co-owner with Wendy of Fat Cat Homemade Ice Cream here in Fuquay-Varina. So welcome, Tom. Tell us about Fat Cat.
So Fat Cat is a big dream that Wendy and I dreamed up back in 2019 from an ice cream truck, to be honest with you, Marty. We saw the ice cream truck coming down the road, and it was a thing of like, man, I could retire selling ice cream. You know what I mean? And then we started getting into all the logistics behind it, and Wendy was like, I'm not just going to sell any normal everyday ice cream. It has to be big and bold, and that's really what started the whole venture with ice cream. And then we realized what actually went into ice cream after that basic idea.
A little more than just the ice cream, right?
A lot more than
absolutely.
just the ice cream, for sure.
So that really kind of inspired you, just an ice cream truck.
That's right. Yes,
an ice
sir.
cream truck. So was it your ice cream truck or somebody else's?
No, it was Mr. Softy, actually, who used to come out from Holly Springs and drive around Fuquay and Holly Springs. And we wound up looking into what the franchise would cost. And me, coming from a construction background, saw that number and was like, oh, I could build it for cheaper than that. And let's just say it's definitely, been a roller coaster since.
That's fantastic. So, in the beginning, so what, you started an ice cream shop or you're trying to start an ice cream shop. What challenges did you face in the beginning?
So we really thought ice cream was joining milk and cream and sugars together and turning it. And we come to find out all the chemistry that's involved in creating the actual base that creates our ice cream.
There's science with ice cream.
Right, yes.
Yeah, okay.
There's a lot of science with ice cream. We had science and restrictions, right? So when we learned about some of the restrictions from the Department of Agriculture, we realized that we had to find an outsource for our dairy base because we just wouldn't be able to produce our own. So that's really the first big learning experience that we experienced with that. And our hunt was on at that point for a supplier that would supply the quality of product that we're looking to give to everybody,
Things you learn on a podcast. So there's a dairy base that you got to fit within regulations, right? So what are some unique aspects of Fat Cat Homemade Ice Cream that you can share about your business?
I think that our most unique aspect is our dairy-free and our inclusion of, I'd say, almost everybody. We have regular dairy flavors and dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan flavors, so the entire family can come in and enjoy the experience no matter what their food restrictions are. So if you wanted to come in and get a cookies and cream milkshake and you're dairy-free, you can come in and get a completely dairy-free cookies and cream milkshake, just like your brother, sister, mother, father who is getting a regular dairy cookies and cream milkshake. You can do that with almost any of our products that we sell, to include our brownies and, like I said, our milkshakes and our sundaes are all offered with a dairy-free, gluten-free version of them.
That's fantastic. So the whole family can enjoy that, even if there is someone with a restriction on their diet. So, ice cream is the obvious answer, but what other products or services do you offer at Fat Cat?
Well, so I don't know if you're aware, but we have an ice cream truck also, and we do catering. We do small birthdays, corporate events, and we've been doing a lot of chamber events, which is fantastic. We've done a few business after hours, and we have breakfast coming up this week that we're excited about.
Ice cream
business breakfast.
ice cream for breakfast.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we have.
where's that going to be, Tom?
That is at Nikki McKenzie's.
McKenzie Therapeutics.
Yeah,
Yes,
yep.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki and Wendy were a little creative together and came up with some ideas for some really awesome breakfast ice cream to be able to serve. What better at breakfast in July than ice cream,
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean, I think ice cream any time of the day is a winner for sure. So, ice cream's kind of a big thing, especially this time of year, right? So,
Oh yeah.
what makes you guys stand out from the competition? What makes you different?
We have huge portions. If you've ever been into Fat Cat, you will know that we definitely do not skimp on our portions or our toppings or just the overall quality and flavor inside the product. You get the bang for your buck that you are expecting.
Even Rescue Wood Rehab shop dog Amber has enjoyed Fat Cat, and I'll tell you what, she's certainly got the bang for her buck. There's no doubt about that. So you mentioned a couple of things being involved with the Chamber of Commerce, but are there any other community involvement or special initiatives that you guys do through Fat Cat Ice Cream?
So we love to help the schools, and we love to do spirit nights to help raise money for the different PTA organizations. Through Fat Cat, I've learned there's not just one PTA organization inside the schools. There's many. Some of them help contribute for different parts of, like different organizations like Fine Arts or FCCLA or things like that. So learning that, we've gotten really involved with those different organizations within the schools, and we do events with them and then donate a part of whatever sales we have at those events or at the shop those days towards the schools organizations themselves.
That's fantastic. And every school organization seems to have an acronym.
That's right.
There's
Yes.
there's a million acronyms.
I'm not very good with acronyms. That's a Wendy thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, when we have Wendy in, we'll have her
Right.
define all those acronyms
That's right.
for us. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what lessons have you learned from, running this business?
Well, I don't think it's just this business. I think business in general, over my years, I've learned that you can't just rely on yourself. And you are, as much as how hard it is. I mean, I'm sure you know, Marty, right? Being a business owner, it's very hard to let some of the reins go because you feel like you need to always be in control. And you've been told that people, that might not necessarily have the best like wishes for you, right? But I've learned that you really have to you build a great team around you and dependable people, and you really can't do it without them. You really can't.
You have to have a great team.
Like
There's no doubt.
our manager over there, she's like my right hand. I mean, I wouldn't like. What would you do without your right hand?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So, if someone else wants to be an entrepreneur, ice cream or otherwise, can you offer any advice for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Yeah, really, if you do something that you love, it'll never feel like work, and you'll always be able to. There's always a solution to every problem, and there's always a solution.
That's great advice. That's great advice. So, Fat Cat Homemade Ice Cream. You guys been open how long now?
Just over a year. We opened April 23rd last year was our opening day.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. But you get past that first year. So, what future goals or upcoming initiatives do you have going on?
So hopefully by the end of August, we'll be moving from our current location.
Moving? Where are you going, Tom?
Man, it's so exciting. We have our own square footage across the street. At the old Stevens Hardware building, which is now Quaint Plaza, and we will have our own Fat Cat full experience. It's going to be amazing. We're so excited about it. Hopefully, we'll be opening by middle of August, is what I keep telling Wendy. Well, that's
that
what
transition.
The plan.
Moving, whether it's for a business or whether it's a home, it's like, it's a lot goes into it, right?
And we're hoping not to have to close for too long, in between the transition period, but it will take a few days to get everything set up. So
just getting equipment moved, and I'm sure just the logistics of all of those things, it does take a big time. So that's a big announcement. We can't wait to hear when all of that happens. So, so you spend a lot of time, in Fat Cat Homemade Ice Cream. So, but there's got to be some other local spots that might
Oh
be a
man.
favorite for you. So, can you share with us, other local spots around the Fuquay Arena area?
Oh yeah. So for us, me and my son, we love going over to RC Hobby. We play with RC cars. We've always done it since he was a little kid. Now he's 15, and we really get into it together. You know what I mean? And we'll go up there on a Saturday afternoon and go rock crawl or race cars around the track. It's just a good time for us. And then me and my wife, our date night spot is Garibaldi.
Ah, yes, love some
Yes,
Garibaldi. Yes,
yes.
yes, yes,
That's
yes.
that's our date night spot for a long time now.
Well, an RC Hobby, kind of a staple right in the center of Verena,
Yes,
old downtown Verena, and that's a really cool little spot.
it
So,
is a really cool spot. And it's been a hobby shop for a long time. It's changed hands a few
yeah,
times.
it's
So
a great little spot right in the center of town. Kind of gives you that feeling of an old downtown kind of thing,
that's right.
and you're going to
Well,
continue
that's
that.
Fuquay. That's Verena and Fuquay. Period
Yeah.
has that whole nostalgic downtown
Yeah,
feel.
and we have the benefit of all the other things around us, right?
Yep.
And lots more coming into the Fuquay Arena area. So, Tom, what's the besides the advice that your wife gives you, right? So, what's the best business advice you've ever received?
Oh man, the best business advice. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and you're not always right. Those are the two that I think really go the distance. When you hire somebody as a business owner, they might not do it the same way that you do it, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just a different way to do it. And that's an important thing, I feel, to know that there's more than just your way to do things.
Yeah, and that's a great piece of advice for any business
It
that's out
is.
there.
Yep.
So, Tom, tell us where our listeners, our viewers on YouTube, can find your business. What's the website?
Yeah, so
What's the
we're at
socials?
fatcathomemadeicecream.com, and then Facebook and Instagram is at fatcathomemadeicecream.com. You can keep up on our social there. We're really trying hard to stay entertaining and enjoyable on social media. We're working really hard on it, so definitely like us and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We do have TikTok also. That's Fat Cat, or it's at Fat Cat Ice Cream. There's no homemade in that one.
No homemade in
No
TikTok.
homemade in
Okay, that's
TikTok.
all
Yeah,
right. That's all right.
yeah, yeah.
But if you haven't seen Melting, is it Melting?
Melty Mondays.
Melty Monday.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Melty Monday on Instagram and Facebook, you're missing it. It is one of those things where I do want to show up on a Monday just to grab that ice cream cone and not let it melt.
That's right. And if you do come by on a Monday, you will watch us melt ice cream on the front porch of our ice cream shop.
It is that, and now I have seen this. There's a new brand ambassador. The new Fat Cat is out, right?
There is, yes. Jinx is out, our new brand ambassador.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jinx, and I've actually got that on your
did.
shirt. I don't know if you can see that if you're listening
But
to
I
this,
am
but
definitely, yeah, I'm wearing the new branding that we came out with about a couple weeks ago.
yeah, yeah.
We slowly did a release on that.
Jinx
So
is cool.
thank
I
you.
like
I
that.
appreciate
like
it.
that. Yeah.
It was 6 months in the making.
6 months.
6 months in the making.
Well,
Yeah.
go Jinx. That's awesome. So, are there any upcoming events or promotions that we should know about with Fat Cat?
Yeah. So we have two things that are coming up. We have National Ice Cream Day, and then we have July 26th. We are doing an adoption event with Positively Delicious Treats, and
Also a chamber member here at the Fuquay Arena
and
Chamber of Commerce.
All Animal Sanctuary and Rescue at Falcon Park from 3 to 7. And we'll be out there, and Sunny Sips will be out there. I think they're a chamber member also recently.
I'm not sure, but I hope so. Yeah. If
and-
not, we're calling them out right now.
Right?
They should be a chamber
They
member.
should be
Yeah.
a chamber member.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, we're going to be out there supporting local animal rescue and raising money. Positively's puppy has been adopted for a year, and she's throwing a little birthday adoption celebration over there at Falcon Park to help other amazing animals get adopted also.
That is tremendous, and
Yeah.
gotta take care of the puppies and the kitties, and that's fantastic.
Yep.
Everything you're doing. I think every day is National Ice Cream Day, Tom.
Well, and keep an eye out on Facebook and Instagram for what we'll be doing for National Ice Cream Day.
Well, let's just say that's every day, and you keep an eye out on Fat Cat Ice Cream anytime. Tom, I want to thank you for being a guest today on the Better Together podcast from Fat Cat Homemade Ice Cream. Tom and Wendy are the co-owners and just fantastic folks doing a lot of great things here in the community. Also, big participants in the Fuquay-Varina Chamber of Commerce. Tom, thank you for being an ambassador for the chamber as well, and participating and helping with all kinds of different events. Any last things you want to share with our listeners?
No, this has just been a great time. I really appreciate taking the time to, you guys getting to know us a little bit better. Excited to see some new faces inside the store, and it was great to get to talk, and this was a pleasure.
That's awesome. So I want to say thank you to our listeners. Join us each week on the Better Together podcast from the Fuquay-Varina Chamber of Commerce as we highlight great local businesses. From the Dashmore Conference Room and Studio, sponsored by Rescuewood Rehab, I am Marty.
And I am Tom.
And we are Better Together.
We're better together. It's a weekly podcast. We're better together. You should know that there's more in the dash. We're better together. Fuquay-Varina Chamber of Commerce. We're better together podcast.